The November U.S. presidential election is heating up with intense competition. Media analysis suggests that the outcome can be determined by focusing on just 7 battleground states rather than the entire 50-state landscape. These key states are where the Electoral College fate often hinges. Let's delve into which 7 states these are and why they hold such significance. In a country divided into 50 states, each state has its own electoral votes based on population size, following the principle of winner takes all. This means that if a candidate wins the majority of votes in a state, they receive all of that state's electoral votes. The number of electoral votes per state varies, reflecting the differing populations across the nation. This system encourages candidates to prioritize larger states with more electoral votes. Historical trends reveal that candidates actually concentrate their efforts in specific battleground states, not necessarily the most populous ones. These battleground states are strategically chosen due to their unpredictable voting patterns and the potential for shifting political allegiances. They include Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. Each year, the political climate in these states can shift, making them prime targets for campaign strategy. Winning one of these states could potentially determine the presidency, as the Electoral College vote from each state is crucial. Understanding the dynamics of these battleground states provides insight into the complexities of U.S. presidential elections. It highlights how the electoral process is not merely about nationwide popularity but also about securing the right combination of electoral votes through targeted campaigning. The focus on these states underscores the importance of strategic political maneuvering and the dynamic nature of American politics. The battleground states refer to 7 key states whose public opinion polls indicate a tight race between Harris and Trump, with each candidate having a potential 1-point lead over the other, given a statistical margin of error around 3. As such, the outcome of this year's U.S. presidential election hinges on the electoral votes from these states. The electoral landscapes vary significantly within these states. For instance, Nevada has 6 electoral votes while Arizona boasts 11. These western states have seen substantial population growth recently, with notable Latino populations, yet they also include rural areas, particularly in Arizona, where immigration is a complex issue. In Arizona, some Latino voters might favor Harris, whereas traditional white voters might prefer Trump. Similarly, Wisconsin and Michigan, with 10 and 15 electoral votes respectively, are Midwest states that have experienced economic downturns in their industrial heartlands known as the Rust Belt, which Trump traditionally supports. Both states also contain large black populations who could potentially vote for Harris. With 16 electoral votes has seen significant population growth, featuring a mix of urban centers like Atlanta and vast rural regions. As Georgia is the only swing state in the South, its demographic splits with a majority of whites and a third of the population being black could prevent Trump from securing victory there. North Carolina, also with 16 electoral votes, has a growing population where 62% are white and 22% are black. The state's diverse geography and economy make it an interesting play, often seen as Republican-leaning, but the current Democratic governor complicates matters. Pennsylvania, with 19 electoral votes, is the most populous battleground state, including Philadelphia, a city that usually leans Democratic. Despite its Democratic governance, Trump's team believes they could win Pennsylvania, especially considering its electoral significance. The fate of the presidency may come down to how these 7 pivotal states' votes are distributed. If a candidate secures all of them, they would likely win the election. With 6 additional swing states, the election dynamics remain unpredictable. The unique electoral system ensures that the focus narrows to these 7 states in the final months, where the Electoral College votes will be decided. A win in all 7 battleground states would secure the presidency, but the unusual nature of this election means that outcomes are uncertain until the votes are counted. Trump's team's rhetoric about potential conflict if they do not win adds another layer of intrigue to an already suspenseful electoral process.